Hey, I'm delighted today to be hosting the very lovely Julian from Pizza is Lovely.
Hi, Dorina.
Thank you so much for coming back to Ooni HQ.
My pleasure. Lovely to be here.
Oh, amazing. Well, one of the reasons we got Julian here specifically was to work on vegan recipes. It's massively important to me as a vegan, as one of the Ooni vegans, but also it's huge around the world. So tell me about it. How did you get into it?
Well, like many people, my family and friends are all eating a lot less meat and a lot less dairy. But I found myself becoming increasingly fascinated by how good vegan food can be. And pizza has always presented a little bit of a challenge because people associate it so strongly with cheese.
Right.
So what we're going to do today is be making a cheese that genuinely is as good as the dairy version, and I'm very excited to show you how to do that. We're going to make ricotta, which isn't something that melts. It is something that is creamy, and it is something that's very traditionally used in Italian food. So it lends itself beautifully to an array of pizzas.
Honestly, when I think about it, cheese making is a bit daunting. So is it tricky?
Well, it's an investment in time, but it's not a difficult thing to do. You need very minimal specialist equipment, lots of it you'll have already, and it's just 5 ingredients, and one of them is water. Just make sure you start this recipe about 2 or 3 days before you need to use your ricotta. So we need a high-speed liquidizer, very important, and we need some ground almonds.
Okay.
The other ingredient, obviously, is water, and we'll be using apple cider vinegar, sea salt, and this is probably the only specialist ingredient that you'll need to hunt out is dextrose powder.
Okay, I recognise this.
Spoon.
Is this a cheese bag?
This is a nut milk bag.
Okay.
Is what you will want to search up for. So in our liquidizer, we've got 500 grams of tap water. Okay. And then in this bowl, we've got our ground almonds. That's 100 grams, 1/5 of the weight of the water. And you simply put them in the liquidizer. Right. Next thing that we do is we add a level teaspoon of sea salt. All right. And then we've got our special ingredient, the dextrose powder. We want 3 level teaspoons of those. Okay. Whiz this up at number highest setting. Yeah. That's it, really, for a nice long time. Keep it going. Okay, so it's been all whizzed up, and can you see how miraculously the yellowy almonds have produced this beautiful white milk? So the next thing that we need to do is to use this to strain that into a saucepan that we can use to heat it up. So let's get that.
Excellent.
So if you could just take the nut milk off the liquidizer.
Alrighty, here we go.
Okay, I'll just hold that open, and you just want to pour it and try and hit straight to the bottom of the bag.
Okay, that looks good.
Keep going nice and fast.
Momentum. It's super smooth though.
Start squeezing from the top very gently, and you'll see it all starts running out. Yeah, just give it a good rinse if you sort of tighten that. Yeah, exactly like that. You see, you want to get as much of that out as possible. So the next part of the process is that we're going to put this on a medium heat, I'd say, and bring it slowly up to about 85 degrees C. So we've got 15 grams of apple cider vinegar. You could use lemon juice, and you just put it in. All right, that's simple.
Pour it in. Fantastic.
And then give it a little stir. So the acid is going to cause the milk to separate. Okay. It's going to split out into the watery components of it, and the fats and proteins themselves are going to form lovely tiny little curds, and those curds are what we're going to capture later. Now the heat has started that process. It will continue all the way until this milk is cooled back down to room temperature.
So let's look at this one. So this was left overnight, right?
That's right. If you move through, can you see there's solids in there?
Oh yeah.
It looks split, but what we do want to do is remove that whey, that watery stuff from it. It's easier with 2 people doing it. Yep. Again, the important thing is that you need the bag to be in a sieve or a colander so that the liquid can drain out.
Pouring it in. Is it too fast? Is that all right?
That's perfect. All goes in.
All goes in.
That's it. So just give it a gentle shake like that. And then what we'll do is place a clean kitchen towel over it, put this in the fridge and leave it. And over the course of about 8 hours, all of that whey is going to disappear. And inside the bag, you'll be left with the ricotta curd. Okay. Now, the ricotta curd, it it simply gets packed into here. I use a teaspoon, and you just take it out of the bag, into there, push down into the bottom, and just build up your cheese and level the top off. Then you pop it on a plate, a little bit of kitchen towel underneath, and again, let that set for as you know, 24 hours is good. And you'll be left with this. So all you do is invert the plate, and just literally no shaking, just turn it upside down. That's all you do. Okay, put it down, and then just lightly tap until it falls out.
Yes.
Then just gently remove that straight up.
So cool.
Wonderful. It's amazing, isn't it?
So maybe better than ricotta.
Maybe.